It is finally happening. The last chance we possibly have to pack our bags before the massive alt season we've been waiting months or years for, I believe, is weeks, maximum 1.5 months away from the current point in time. Today, I'm not going to try to convince you. You're going to convince yourself that what I'm about to share with you is bottom of the line, undeniably true, and I'm going to give you some altcoins at the end of this video that I think are fantastic picks right now because I have some massive news that I'm going to share with you. So most importantly, we are seeing Bitcoin's dominance right now begin to break down. So it's broken down from just over about 60%, which was a very key level many of us were eyeing off, especially none other than Ben Cohen himself. Okay, so he's put this tweet out a few days ago now, saying, imagine if 60% was the in fact top. Well, we're at 59.73%, a minute drop in the grand scheme of things, but sizable considering it's taken a long time for Bitcoin to climb to 60%. Now, what's more important here than Bitcoin falling is the fact that Ethereum has finally started to move up substantially. In this purple color here, you can see Ethereum's had a pretty hard time respected to the market. It's been falling for quite a while now. However, again, like I said, the key thing we have to see here is Ethereum's dominance spike as Bitcoin's begins to break down. Now, historically speaking, this is important because every time this has happened, we can see here in the last cycle, Bitcoin's dominance falling, and at that moment in time, as that exact time happened, Ethereum spiked insanely. Again, that's pretty much happening right now on a slightly smaller scale. And at that time, alts in this case took a little bit longer to react, but Ethereum said, hey, come on, guys, I encourage you to come up. This is truly the bull run. So what tends to happen if you guys have missed the last 7 videos I've made on this topic is for alt season to happen, Bitcoin's dominance must break down because that means that Bitcoin has done its job, brought in the market, it's generated interest, then Ethereum lifts off second. Okay, and then once Ethereum sort of begins picking up steam, money then flows out of Bitcoin and into altcoins. This gentleman down here, even anonymous, on one of Ben Cohen's posts says, BTC dominance will continue to rise until alt season. There is no real magic to it. Could that be happening right now? We saw this happen in the last cycle, and I've showed you many times before, in previous cycles, this exact pattern happens. And that is what's happening again here. BTC falling, ETH moving ahead of alts following ETH's lead. Now, it is important to also note, as Ben Cohen says here, that after the last rate cut, BTC dominance did drop for 1 to 2 weeks before going back up. So back here in September, we saw that the dominance actually began to fall quite rapidly, which could be happening again here before rallying again over about a 1.5 month period of time. So this could be happening again. We might see a situation play out where it does sort of this and then comes back up again and does break above 61, 62, maybe even 63%. So this could be a false call. But even as Ben mentions here, others / Bitcoin, so altcoins versus Bitcoin, could still drop into December and Bitcoin dominance could still have topped out during that time. It all depends on how Bitcoin and ETH react. Again, that transition from Bitcoin to Ethereum must happen to encourage altcoins to begin growing. So all we're saying here and all Ben's kind of trying to point out is the fact that this could be the real situation here where Bitcoin's dominance has topped out and maybe we see over the next few weeks or the next 1.5 months, ultimately, altcoins have the very start of their alt season. There is a situation where it doesn't happen, and again, because of the rate cut, we see that Bitcoin temporarily falls down, and we don't really see this transition happen fully until December, maybe even January next year, which is why I give the 1 month to 1.5 month prediction on when we might see maximum this begin to happen. A great post here by Income Sharks also points the fact out that back in 2017 here, the best time to buy crypto and be in crypto, so risk on, was between election day and inauguration day. So this period right here was obviously followed by a massive pump. And the exact same thing occurred back in 2020/2021, election day and then inauguration day over here. Okay, so this period, of course, where we are right now is when things every single time has gone up. I want to take your attention to the MBRVZ score as well. Now, notice that every single cycle, back in 2016, back in the previous cycle, we had a mid-cycle top of a 2 score. This 2 score here only ever hits twice in an entire bull run. It first touches this 2 score over here mid-cycle, which is the mid-cycle rally. And then the next time it touches, we have the initial rally. We have that last final push. Again, back in 2019/2020, we had that mid-cycle rally. It touched this 2 score and it came back down again. The next time we touched the 2 score, we went above into the first massive rally. And of course, we didn't come down until after the bull run again was over. Now, we already had our mid-cycle rally over here. That's been touched. So we've touched this 2 score you can see here for the second time. Okay, the second time, as history has depicted, has always been followed by the banana zone rally or the massive initial push into the bull run. Banana zone, of course, is that zone we're looking for here that we've been calling for months now. This is also signified, I believe, in the price cycle top indicator. Both the MVRV score and the price cycle top indicator, guys, both of these here are very, very historically reliable indicators for the top of a bull run. Okay, so that's why I'm using them here, because again, as you just saw, very accurate. And this again is very accurate. This has called the top on every single cycle. Okay, now of course indicators are only as good as they are until they're wrong. Okay, so we can't use these for the definite hardcore truth. But when these start lining up, when we have multiple of these things, the Bitcoin dominance breakdown, ETH leading the charge with alt soon behind it, we also have the MVRV score hitting the 2 score for the second time in the last few years. And we have the price cycle top indicator here showing a very key important level. I think it's irrefutable proof. Now, what we're looking for here is, again, the mid-cycle rally back in like 2017 over here, or 2016, where we came up. Notice it's kind of hard to see on the screen. I'll try to zoom in if I can here. You will see this mid-cycle rally here touches the green trend line, which is the 350-day moving average. And we can see these two lines contract around this period of time. Now, when they don't contract, when they go and expand again, we have a quick expansion followed by another contraction, which leads us into the bull run. Now, back in the 2020 mid-cycle rally, again, we saw a contraction around the mid-cycle pump. It touched the green line, that 350-day moving average, and then we saw an expansion between these two lines, and then followed by a contraction leading us into, again, that first initial top. The same things happened over here. We saw a contraction happen over in this mid-cycle rally. Like the last two cycles, mid-cycle rallies, it touched the green line, and then now we're experiencing an expansion. Again, what follows the expansion based on history is, of course, the contraction into the, you guessed it, banana zone. That's why I'm very, very bullish on the market over the next few weeks / month and a half, 2 months. And not to mention, guys, it is important to stay grounded as well. I made a recent video on Bitcoin's price forecast, and I've added a few other predictions here from notable people. You can see here we've got some massive firms, VCs, institutions as well. Their average price prediction for Bitcoin is $236,000. But as we kind of concluded on that video, is that for this to happen, right, we're going to have a very, very high global market cap, probably around 10 to $15 trillion, which is kind of ludicrous. That would mean that we'd have to break away from the diminishing cycle top to cycle top gains that we're seeing so far. The previous cycle before this, there was about an 8 to 16x from the cycle top to the 2018 cycle top, and then a 4.3x from the 2018 cycle top to the 2021 cycle top. And of course, if we were to follow the same principle, we should see at least lower than a 4x growth, which would put us around about the 10 to 8 trillion global market cap, I do believe. So for Bitcoin's price and the overall global market, I think we'll probably see anywhere from about $8 to $10 trillion invested in it. And I don't think any higher than a Bitcoin price of $175,000. It could go higher. We have ETFs and a whole bunch of other factors. But why I'm saying this, guys, is that we have to now assess a very important thing, which is how far altcoins will go up. Okay, that's what we're waiting for here. Alt season. Okay, packing our bags, but how far will these alts go? Well, I'm not going to dive into the stuff. Again, I've made a whole video on this. What we're looking at here is basically breaking down the different levels that we see in crypto altcoins. So we see, the top 10, for example. We see the top 100 on these sort of pages, and then we go to page 2 over here and see the top 200. But all this is breaking down the different areas of the market. Now, back in 2021, we saw basically, I would say no more than the top 10 to 12 coins reach at different times 100 billion market cap. Now, in this cycle, what we're looking at here is current dominance levels, all these different sectors. And I think based on this, and again, all we can do is use current dominance levels, that the top 90 coins in the top 100, okay, so we're excluding the top 10, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, USDT, BNB, Solana, we're getting rid of those coins and just looking at the top 90. So again, this is from eCash here, all the way up and including Toncoin. And based on current dominance, saying to ourselves, well, this looks like it's going to have about $1 trillion invested in it, because we're looking at the current dominance relative to the global market cap, and we're also looking at the breakdown Bitcoin, Tether, and USDC will have from the current dominance levels they share to the all-time high, because they do diminish. We're also forecasting in a growth of 42% of Ethereum's market share at that same time as well, which we get a net negative outflow of the top 10 of about $300 billion. So all that, kind of kerfuffle to say that we will likely see an extra $200 billion within the top 90 coins in the top 100 by that time. So again, around $1 trillion. Now, that's if the global market cap goes to 10 trillion. And I think it'd probably increase to about 1.2, 1.3 trillion. So again, we will see quite a lot. And at 8 trillion, we'll see, given this as well, around close enough to $850 billion. Now, again, you're sitting there scratching your head going, Kyron, You're just throwing a bunch of numbers and jargon at me. What does this really mean? Well, guys, I don't mean to confuse you. All I'm trying to say here is that, like in the last cycle, we saw around the top 12 coins reach at different times 100 billion market cap before crashing down. I think we'll see at least the top 20 altcoins here go at or above 100 billion market cap at different times. Keep in mind, they work in narratives. So you have different all-time highs. So all your AI coins will likely have their all-time high at a given time. They'll all come crumbling down. They'll fall outside of the top 10, top 20. And then we'll have, like, for example, real-world asset coins pump up. This is important because money must circle around the market. So all this to say, many indicators are signaling here that we are in the very, very early stages of what is going to be the first initial push into alt season. So guys, prepare yourselves. And that's why we created this trading group here, guys. We're working with Bitunics to help you guys earn money while trading. We also have created a trading group as well. So upon using our links down below, guys, with Bitunics, you not only have this deposit bonus sign up as well by trading with Bitunics, earning up to 11,000 USDT by just trading. But we also have our new trading corner, of course, links down below, guys. You can actually earn this monthly membership of $30 for completely free. You can see here by trading 200K worth of volume, you get that for free, plus all the other perks we have on offer as well within our trading group. You can see free calls with me, up to 11,000 USDT bonus on top of the bonus offered here by Bitunics. That's up to $22,000 in USDT by just being in the group. So guys, we're taking care of you, okay, with Bitunics here. And I want you guys, if you are a trader, to go down there, join the private community. If you are a trader, you'll hit 200K volume, no problem. And you can see here, I'm trading myself, right? Recently hit a 55% gain on the BTC all-time high that hit yesterday. So I'm trading in there, guys. I'm not a trader, as you all know, but I'm learning. This group is to help you learn to trade, in which I'm doing it myself, right? I'm going to prove that you don't have to have any trading experience and to enter the group and come out of this bull run maximizing your overall gains. So what are the coins we're looking at here? Well, number one is Ondo. We have some big news. Binance is buying up Ondo, guys. So there is a possible official listing coming. Yes, believe it or not, Ondo is not on Binance right now. So this exchange listing would be huge for the price and overall long-term growth of Ondo because they are buying up, as you can see here, right? They've added a whole bunch to their balance sheet, so likely for liquidity. Shout out to Not Telling for this post, and also Not Telling as well. By the way, follow this guy on Twitter, all right? Follow Not Telling on Twitter if you own Ondo. Best source of Ondo news in Twitter, period. But Texas is launching their own stock exchange for tokenized stocks and bonds, and they also hint at some very important things, which is, guess what? That trades will be reflected, settled, and finalized on a blockchain. So that could be Ondo for all we know. Again, Ondo is built on Ethereum, so that's, of course, an easy pick here for these guys because they look at Ethereum as a very secure network. And he also put this tweet out as well that shows that the CEO, Nathan, here actually liked that actual tweet, which could signal that something is in the works. Now, yeah, you can say, you're reaching, Kyron, you're reaching. He just liked it, so it's bullish. Maybe. But what if it's not? What if Binance buying up Ondo to prepare to list it, they know something that we don't? All right, so start connecting the dots, guys. And again, go follow Not Telling on Twitter. Second coin here is Injective. Why am I bullish on Injective? Well, I bought a whole bunch of Injective. If you follow the channel, you would have seen me buy this coin recently at about $17. So it was a good pickup for me. Reason being, of course, it's got no more tokens to pretty much come out and supply. They burn tokens every single week. Great community sentiment on this coin. But they're now also pivoting to AI as well. They've partnered up with ASI, of course, a massive player in the AI space, looking to be the artificial superintelligence play of not crypto, but the entire world, democratizing access to these AI models. And for Injective users, this means that they're pretty much going to be able to use fetches, which is one of the projects in this ASI alliance, AI agents within the trading capabilities of Injective. So not only is Injective in DeFi, a layer 1 project, also a part of this IBC connected network, so part of the Cosmos ecosystem as well. But it's most importantly now delving into AI. So I think they're starting to stack up here for Injective. Now they have a whole bunch of more updates as well to come out with. That's just the most bullish one in my opinion. I'll be making a video on Injective here very, very soon to cover some more things. But if you want to see my review on Injective I made somewhat recently, I will leave the link to it in the description below. And next up we have ICP. But why ICP, Kyron? You talk about ICP all the time, nothing's happening. Well, I disagree, guys. The sentiment behind ICP I think will flip here completely bullish soon. Not that it isn't bullish enough, of course. Like we'll have a massive pump I think that happened over here back in earlier of this year based on some massive AI news. Now the AI news I think is pretty obvious because because like I've said for many times now, right, ICP is a project doing many different things in the crypto space. They have some of the best tech, if not the best tech, that's so underrated in my opinion. The ecosystem is possibly lacking, some may argue, but the fact that they're so heavy into AI, I think is undeniable. And we've had confirmation now from Dominic, the guy who pretty much created ICP, saying he changed his X status to hint at the ICP story that is coming, enabled by more revolutionary tech, a lot of new AI work behind the scenes. So what's in his bio, you ask now? Well, Internet Computer ICP, the World Computer Network where AI builds with humans. So again, that might seemingly be innocent to many of you, but those of you who have been in the crypto market for a long time do know it's these things you have to take now for a future announcement or a future sort of post where everyone FOMOs in and buys because there's some massive announcement. Now, this is why it's important. You have to research your coins, figure out what's happening before you buy, or if you already own the coin, keep doing your research. This is bullish. You might want to load up a little bit more, not financial advice, expecting something big to happen. Now, it could be a big nothing burger, or you could hit it big and make a lot more, gains overall. They also do have a massive push here towards the Bitcoin DeFi side of things as well, being highly connected across many different networks due to their advanced technology, okay? So we likely will see as ordinals and the whole Bitcoin layer 2 narrative begins to pop off, like we're seeing now, support Cardano's possible growth here in this bull run, that so too could be a massive catalyst of growth for ICP. Thanks, guys. All the best for 2025. As you know, you have all my love and support, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.